Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is D-Man coming back at it again with another YouTube video, and today we've got the full schedule breakdown for the 2021-2022 NFL season. Let's go ahead and let's get into it. First thing I always look for every time the schedule gets revealed or released or whatever you want to call it is I look for the bye week, and I feel like this bye week is perfect. Week 13, a little bit farther into the year, but somewhat of around halfway through is where I would have liked it, and I do like it where it's towards kind of like 3/4 of the way through, because you do need a little bit of rest there, and then get to play a few more games before the playoffs. I absolutely love this bye week here at week 13. I think this is perfect. Like I said, in my opinion, I think the perfect bye week is in around 3/4 of the way through the season, and I think a lot of NFL players could agree with me on that. You don't want it too early, you don't want it too late. You want it right there, somewhat in the middle, and I like it where it's around 3/4 of the way through. That's the first thing I looked at, and bang, week 13. I think that's perfect. All right. So obviously we knew week 1. I'm going to kind of work my way through each game here. We knew week 1 with the Cardinals. Then we got week 2, Seattle. Week 3, Indianapolis. Week 4, New York Jets. Week 5, the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then we get our first primetime game in week 6, Monday Night Football against the Bills. Okay, guys? So that's going to be a pretty good rematch of last year. The weird, due to COVID, all that crap, where it was pushed to Tuesday, where we pretty much dominated from the get-go in that game. So that's going to be a fun game to watch on a Monday night. And then the next week we play the Chiefs. Next week the Indianapolis Colts. And then the next week we play the Rams on Sunday Night Football. So that's our second primetime game. Then we play the Saints, Texans, Patriots. Bye week at week 13. The Jaguars, Steelers. Then our third primetime game and our last primetime game, unless there's some flexibility. I know you can the NFL, they can change games depending on what team's hot at what certain points. So obviously maybe they want to change, maybe the Steelers and Titans are two of the best teams in the NFL. They could, make that a primetime game, but or they could, maybe the Patriots play well or something like that. They could make that a primetime game a little bit later on in the year. But as of right now, I assumed that we were going to get around 3 to 4 primetime games, and I was correct on that. So we're getting 3. And then obviously against the San Francisco 49ers there on Christmas Eve on that Thursday night. We're going to be playing the San Francisco 49ers. That's going to be a good game there. And then Miami, and then to finish everything off here, we've got the Houston Texans and on week 18. Not week 17, but week 18. So, yes, we do have one more game than usual. So that's the new change to the schedule. Also one more week. Instead of it being week 17, it's week 18. And obviously, just like last year, we're going to be playing the Houston Texans. So let's go ahead and talk about the schedule. Okay, by far, this is a pretty tough schedule, guys. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say we're going to go. I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to guess anything. But I'm not going to tell you that we're going to win all these games. I'm going to be honest with y'all up front, okay? The first half of our schedule is probably one of the toughest. It's tough. It's tough. You start off with the Cardinals, who are very solid. Then you play a good Seattle Seahawks team led by Russell Wilson. And then we play the Colts, who are always a tough battle. We want to make that game as hard as possible, even when it doesn't even have to be that hard. I mean, I don't know what we do when we play the Indianapolis Colts. We make it so hard on us, but we play the Colts. And we play the Jets, which obviously the Jets aren't too good, so we should be able to take care of business there. Then we play the Jaguars. We'll have to see how they turn out this year. And then we play the Bills on Monday night. Then the Chiefs the next week. Then the Colts again. And then the Rams. You look at those first 9 games there, guys. That's pretty tough. Got the Cardinals, Seahawks, Colts, the Bills, Chiefs, Colts, Rams. Those are all possible games that we could lose. I mean, that's kind of scary, but we just got to, if we can get out of the first 9 weeks if we can get through the first 9 weeks at a record of 5-4, is that a good number? 5-4. I think that's definitely possible because I feel like we're going to beat the Jets. We're going to beat the Jags. Every other team there is a losable game. Every other team there. The Cardinals, Seahawks, the Colts, the Bills, Chiefs, Colts, Rams. Those are all losable games. So we could come out at 2-7, or we could come out 7-2, or we could come out 5-4. I think if we can get out of the first 9 games, honestly, 4-5 sounds pretty bad. Definitely would rather be 5-4. But if we come out of there 4-5, the rest of the schedule looks. It's a tough schedule, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. If we can get 11 wins, I will be very happy. 10 wins is what I'm thinking that we're gonna be getting. But definitely the last half is definitely a much easier way out. You got New Orleans, who doesn't have the Drew Brees-less New Orleans here, so they don't have Drew Brees. Going to be an interesting situation there. I think we can handle business there. Then the Texans, obviously, I think we can get a dub there. The Patriots, again, I think we can get a dub there. It's going to be interesting. They got a lot more pieces. They've got a couple. Jonnu Smith. They added a lot of guys in free agency. They're going to look completely different. Don't know how they're going to play. Don't know how they're going to. If they're going to be any good, but I think they're going to be very good. And then we get to our bye week, and then if we can just go, I could definitely see us winning out these last 5 games. The only interesting one to me is Pittsburgh, but I think we can beat the Jags. I think we can take care of business against San Francisco. I think we can take care of business against Miami. I think we can take care of business against the Texans. So, like I said, if we can get the first 9 games out the way at a record of 4-5, 5-4, maybe even 6-3. But guys, don't be surprised if the first 9 games go by and we're 3-9. Excuse me, 3-6. I wouldn't be surprised because there are a lot of good teams. I honestly would not mind going 4-5 if we beat the Colts twice. I wouldn't mind that at all. Maybe if we split with the Colts, I think you got to go 5-4. Once we get through the first 9 games, again, the second half of the schedule looks somewhat easy. Okay, I think the second half is definitely somewhat easy, but again, it's going to come down to division games, and we've got to beat the Colts. I'm telling you guys, the Colts schedule is not as hard as this. I looked at the hardest schedules list, and I think we're tied at 13th, and the Indianapolis Colts are like 19-ish, something like that. So we definitely have a harder schedule than they do. So if we can we have to beat them. If it's once, I'd love it to be twice, but we've got to beat them at least once. But for us I honestly wouldn't mind going 4-5 in the first 9 games and beating the Colts and the Jets and the Jags. I could definitely see us losing those other games, but if we can start out with a win against the Cardinals, and then, again, these are going to be tough games here. If we can get out the first 9 games, 4-5, 5-4, something like that, I will be 5-4. Definitely, I'll be happy. 4-5, I'll somewhat be disappointed, but 5-4, if we can get to 5 wins before week 10, I think we're good to go. Because like I said, the second half of the schedule, I think we can win. What do we got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games, second half part of the schedule. So I think we could definitely win 5 to 6, maybe even 7. I could definitely see us winning 6 games there and finish the year off 6-2 in the last 8 games. I could see us beating New Orleans, beating the Texans, maybe beating the Patriots. Could see us beating the Jags. Iffy game there with Pittsburgh. I could see us beating the 49ers, beating the Miami Dolphins, and beating the Texans. So, again, first half of the schedule, very, very tough. Very tough first half. We just have a little. Now that I'm thinking about it, the bye week would have been nice after week 9, kind of just to, give ourselves a breath, let us know that we are still all right. Because I feel like we're gonna struggle a little bit here at the top half, but the bottom half, I think if we can just stay on track and not worry about what the record looks like after 9 weeks, I think we're going to be A-okay. Like I said, 11 wins, I will be extremely happy. I think 11 wins will win the AFC South if we just win one of the Colts games. I think if we could just split with the Colts to get 11 wins, maybe even 12, I think we definitely have the AFC South. But if we 10 wins, definitely questionable there. I think the Colts get us if we get 10 wins, only get 10 wins. So at the end of the day, our goal, I think, is 11 wins. Obviously, we're trying to beat the division here. But the Jaguars and the Texans, the last two divisional games there, man, it's going to be tough, guys. It's going to be tough for the first 9 weeks, but we're just going to have to cheer on the guys, and they'll get the job done. They'll get the job done. If we are sitting at 6 wins after the first 9 weeks, man, I will be ecstatic. I will be absolutely ecstatic. Again, Seahawks, that's a tough one. The games that I think we're going to lose, oh, man. Seahawks, Colts, Bills, Chiefs. Colts, obviously. Again, the Rams are a good team now that they have a quarterback now. I'm not throwing shade on Jared Goff, but I think Matthew Stafford's a lot better. A lot more weapons for Matt Stafford there too. So I think that's definitely a losable game there. The Saints, I think, like I said, the second half, I think we can get 6 wins. Second half, at least 6 wins. First half, if we could just get 5 wins, that's my number. 5 wins after 9 weeks. I think we're going to make the playoffs because I feel very confident about the second half. So we get 5. If we start off the year 5-4, and if it's week 10 right now, in between week 9 and week 10, and we come back to this video and I'm saying we're 5-4 and we're actually 5-4. Yeah, I give myself a pat on the back, but if we can just get 5 wins in the first 9 weeks, I think we're okay. Because I think we can get 6 wins, and like I said, 5 plus 6, that's 11. That's the number that I want to be at the end of the year to give us a chance to make the playoffs, win the division. 11 wins could definitely get that done. Our only, I think the Colts are the only other team that has a chance. I don't think the Jaguars are going to have a chance. Obviously, they got a couple of additions this offseason, but I don't think they're going to go from 1 win to 10-11, So it's going to take time for Jacksonville, but definitely in the next few years, that's another team we're going to have to worry about for sure. But yeah, the Colts, if we can just take care of those 2 games, I think we're good. I really do. I honestly think we're good because I think we can take care of the Texans twice. I think we can take care of the Jaguars twice. So yeah, let me know down below y'all's predictions. But my prediction, I'm going to go ahead and say, I'd hate to say this, but I think we're going to go 10-7. Again, I want 11 wins, and I've said it all video, but I think we're going to get 10 wins, and it's going to be interesting towards the end of the year. But we've got to take care of business against the Colts, and I think if we can win both games against the Colts and goes 10-7, man, it's tough schedule, guys. I'm not gonna lie, tough schedule for sure. But 10-11 wins was my guess. I'm gonna go with 10 wins. I really do hope we get 11-12. But if I'm speaking facts with you guys, this is a tough schedule, and I think we'd be lucky to get 12 wins. I'm saying 10-11 wins. That's gonna be my prediction. I'm gonna go ahead and say 10 wins, not to hype myself too much. Not to, set the bar too high, because I want the bar to be set somewhat at a reachable point at 10 wins. And definitely, if we can get the games that we have to win, we have to win. Because if we lose to the Texans once, maybe if we lose to the Saints, we have to win the games that we have to win. Like I said, the Jets, Jaguars, New Orleans, Texans, Jags, Texans, San Francisco, Miami, those have to be a win. Because every other team on this schedule we can lose to. So we have to make sure we win the games that we're supposed to win, and maybe steal a couple from teams that are probably going to be favored to win. Like, I think the Cardinals, we're favored 1.5 points over the Cardinals, but the home team normally gets 3 points there. So if it was in Arizona, you're looking at about I think that would be 4.5 favorite for the Cardinals, if I'm not wrong there. Yeah, I think 4.5. So if the game was played in Arizona, I think Vegas would be looking at Cardinals by 4.5. But now, since it's been playing at Tennessee and Nashville, we're giving 1.5 points. But gonna be interesting to see here. Let me know down below. I want to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on the schedule. What's our record? going to be at the end of the year? What's our record going to be after a certain amount of weeks? Or y'all can just tell me each game. What's the score prediction for each game? So yeah, with that being said, that is going to do it for the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. And until next time, I'll see y'all.